What's going on, Eastgate World? It's your boy Logan coming back at you with another video. And it's way too cold to skate for me outside. I think it's been around 40 degrees for the past week here in South Carolina. And that's just too cold for me. I'm going to be honest with you. Trust me when I tell you that it is definitely painful. But maybe one day I'll go into that. For now, just trust me. But what I wanted to talk about is Lacroix's 18S board and what that might mean for the future of e-skate. So I saw this coming probably a few months ago when the CEO was on a podcast about e-skating, and he started talking about 18S and 20S and things like that. And at the time, I wondered how they were going to fit all those batteries or that pack in general underneath the board. But they did it, and it looks absolutely amazing with the gear drives and all that stuff. So if you haven't seen it, which you must be living under a rock, go check out the Nazari Super Sport and the Lone Star Super Sport that's on Lacroix's website. It's just absolutely amazing. But more so, what does that make the top speed of a board that's 18S? Talking to one of the guys on Facebook, and his name is Brady, he probably has the top board out right now in the nation. From what I've seen, thing is amazing. It's 18S. It's on a prototypo, which just screams e-skate. And he posts up pictures all the time of like 30 miles an hour plus. And like it's nothing. He lives in Chicago, so I know that the ride quality might not be the best right now, but very excited to see what comes out for like the warmer season, whenever that might be in Chicago. But more so, now that we have 18S at the top, which is like an absurd amount of money. It's not absurd, it's pretty new tech, so we'll say right around reasonable for that. When are we going to start seeing these trickle-down speeds into the $1,000 to $2,000 boards? To be honest, I don't know. I mean, we just got up to 32 miles an hour with the Evan board, with their 12S 4P setup, and like you got to have the right wheels and things like that. But that's a limited ESC. At the time I recorded this, I definitely forgot to mention the Demon 2.0 that is sporting an impressive 38 miles an hour and a claimed 30 miles of range, which I would believe as well. But definitely check that one out as well because it's a fantastic board. All of these boards coming out of China are extremely limited with their ESC, hobby wing, and all that stuff. We'll see what the Atlas does with their four-wheel drive. Not really sure why they did that, but sure. I'll take a two-wheel drive, 100%, you know. But my ultimate goal was to go 30 to 35 miles an hour as a constant ride. I'd like to be able to reach out there and touch 40, but managing expectations versus reality and how scared someone's going to be at that speed on a log is crazy. Crazy, man. 20 miles an hour in Carvin, super fun, right? Pretty okay on the safe with pads, of course. Wear a helmet, for sure. But anyway, going back on topic, Morgan Brady's board is amazing, and absolutely need to check that guy out. I just 100%, man. And he was the one that talked me into doing an 18S with 100D on my full-blown DIY, which is really, really starting to fall in line of what I want. And, you know, we're definitely going to see how that comes out. And I want to know, I would like to know when we can expect like 30 plus miles an hour from a board that's like $1,000 to $2,000. Yes, we have that in Evan right now. And I think BKB, if you want to put that in there. But, you know, just more readily available from like the big companies such as Backfire, X-Way, even Ownboard with their questionableness going on right now. Nobody ever mentions them anymore. Meepo and Wowgo as well. The big five. We'll call them that. But really, what it ultimately boils down to is more speed and more range. And I don't think we've reached a happy medium for a consumer market, to be honest with you. 20 miles of range is a good bit, but I'd like to see 25 to 30. I've always said that 30-30 board is a really good line to have. It might be 30-35 to kind of satisfy all appetites. The charging needs to be quick as well. This board, 5 hours to charge it. And that's off of a 2.5 amp charger. And I'm not sure how that affects the battery life or whatever, but man, Lacroix are running like 12 amp chargers or something. I think Chai Battery System does crazy stuff where you can charge a board in like 2 hours or something like that. But anyway, moving forward from all of that, what my personal goal is right now is for this board, the Sticker Bomb T-Rex, to be a semi-DIY. And what I'd like to do with this, it's already got a 12S 3P in it that is really good. And that battery there is no wiggle room to make it any bigger. But that's a good pack. It's really good. And I want to get a Fox box. I really like to get a Storm Core, but I don't know if the app is going to be there because I use an Android and all that stuff. So whichever one is readily available to me. I'll probably keep the same motors and definitely AT tires as well. So mainly just a Fox box. And I was talking to another guy with a TRX. His name is, I'm going to try to say it. It's Mark Rista, which sounds really cool, by the way. But his board actually cracked right here. The carbon fiber did. And I couldn't believe it at the time. And he and I were both wondering what Lycan's response was going to be to that. Because this is the only mention of like hardcore customer service status that I've ever seen. And fortunately, Lycan came out definitely a winner in that situation because they sent him a new deck. And he swapped everything over. So I would definitely say that their customer service, on point, man. They might be slow to release products, but, they sent him a whole new carbon fiber deck. And it was after a lot of emails and videos and things like that. But all in all, I think they did okay, for sure. And so I asked him what he was going to do with that old deck. And I hope that he sends it to me, for sure. And Mark, if you're listening, please, God, because I know people who can, fix it, I guess. I hope. I'm going to try. And I'll build that deck probably for my wife. And it'll have 12S 3P. It'll have a Fox box, Storm Core, direct drives on probably cloud wheels with single kingpin trucks for sure. Or reverse kingpin, whatever. Good bushings for her. Now, the full-blown DIY that I want to do... I think it's going to be a Flux Motion deck or a Lacroix deck, depending on which one I can get a hold of, and enclosure. I want to do an 18S 6P made by Chai Batteries. Want to use a Storm Core, obviously. That's all you can use. Gear drives, probably some super fat motors on there, looking like Chef Boyardee hanging off the back. But, yeah, man, there's a lot to come next riding season, next year, and things like that. Don't know what the world's going to hold, but I know that I can ride by myself and it'd be okay. So, yeah, get out there, ride something, build something.